It would be sometime before another installment in the Samurai Warriors franchise. Eventually, Samurai Warriors 3 would come out and be a Wii exclusive. Wait, really? Yes, you heard me, it is a Wii exclusive. To quote them, like Dynasty Warriors 6, the game's theme was to completely revive the series. Character designs and animations were redesigned to be different than before to create a refreshing action game. We all know by now how Dynasty Warriors 6 went. I'll say this, a re-release would come out on the PlayStation 3 with added features with modes removed as well, but was a Japanese exclusive. So, unfortunately, the only console we have for this installment is on the Wii in the US. It would also be the last Samurai Warriors game to have English dub as well, due to probably saving money on future installments by cutting the English dub. It's a real shame, honestly. I do love this series and find a lot of the features they did in the last two vastly better than Dynasty Warriors, especially the Extreme Legends expansion. So going to the Wii, the PS2 was weaker, but games were far more optimized on it. Yes, I concur. I feel the same way about this being on the Wii. Indeed, there's some valid arguments. Shall we dive into this one? Oh, you're so funny. Let's go. I'll admit it, this is, besides the Empires game, the only mainline entry I didn't play on its release or even wanted to. I had a Wii, but I had no interest in playing a game like this on it. Now, playing it for a month-long review, I will say it isn't completely bad. But yeah, comparing it to Samurai Warriors 2, definitely, to me, it's a downgrade. First off, you do have the choice of 3 controller options, remote and nunchuck, Wii Pro controller, or GameCube controller. It plays better on anything else besides the Wii remote and nunchuck. I'll tell you that right now. However, for this review, I'm sticking to the remote and nunchuck, the very controllers packaged with the Wii, so I will judge the game based on this. A is for weak attacks and down on the D-pad for charge. Yes, that is as bad as it sounds because you use left and right on the D-pad to select usable items and press up to use them. So you can imagine how many times I wasted items trying to do a charge attack mid-combo. The famous dodge roll is the plus button. Oh yeah, that's weird. And to mount a horse or jump is the C button on the nunchuck. So this is awkward as hell to do. To add to this, you can call your equipped horse for the first time in this series by pressing left on the D-pad. Don't forget, right, is to select the items and pressing up to use them, with down on D-pad for charge attacks. And don't get me started on the camera. Samurai Warriors 2 added the ability to move the camera left and right. Here it's back to tapping the block button and reset it behind you. And even looking at the controls, I see no way to control it. So, way to go, Megaforce. You made a horrible setup and removed features. Good job once again. Besides also fully removing bodyguards, again another title. I miss my personal army. Does it help that not many enemies can be rendered on screen at one time compared to the PS2? When you perform a Musou, all the enemies like freeze up too, as if the game itself can't render the flashy animation. This is more obvious when you're playing 2-player co-op. When one does a Musou, all characters on both screens besides the player character freezes in place. It's a funny sight when player 2 does their Musou and I can run around the frozen enemies. The charge, normal, and special types from Samurai Warriors 2 return and get renamed to Power, Normal, and Special, cause why not? The game introduces this spirit gauge that builds up separately from the Musou gauge and is represented by 5 blue orbs. It allows players to cancel certain attacks for more powerful ones. It even grants you an alternate Musou attack. It's a great addition with your Musou gauge being split into 3 separate meters. Basically, your Musou won't completely drain now and be a set time and unique animation. Funny enough, during victory screen, the game seizes up and freezes before loading the victory. It's interesting to see happen, like it's not a smooth transition now. But to add to this, the characters' mouths don't move on their game models, because this game is lacking facial animations. Weapons themselves have set skills that instead of gold, you can collect colored gems to help boost stats and the armor pieces you collected. Skills are no longer in the game, instead replaced by this armor item system you need to level up with the colored gems. It's not that great. I miss the skills from the last game and items were removed in that one, but here they return as armor pieces that you get stronger. It's kind of disappointing. Of course, character-specific skills return, and special skill-based characters retain more than one special skill via inputting either the normal or charge attack inputs to branch off into other skills. The inputs from their second special skill must be performed fast enough due to the removal of the special stance system, which was stupid to do so. A character like Nobunaga can be hard to trigger that additional charge in his skill. Hate to say, but the game is just rough around all corners. It definitely would be better on a more powerful console. I can see why it was re-released on the PlayStation 3 due to fan surveys. But unfortunately, due to that, one of the game modes had to be removed, and that being Musouary Castle, based on the Nintendo game, The Mysterious Musouary Castle. Basically, The Mysterious Musouary Castle is an action-adventure game where the player controls Takamaru, who is tasked with traveling through 4 castles. But combine that idea with Samurai Warriors gameplay and hop stage to stage avoiding landmines. Okay, never mind on, blow me up. These things are so bad to dodge and getting absolutely wrecked by sumos and traps. Seriously, it's hard to cause the sumos to flinch compared to the last game, but if you can complete this mode, you can lock Takemaru as a playable guest character. Since this was a Nintendo crossover, you see why this mode and character were removed. Just 1 second, before I go any further, I need to show 2 players.
Miraculous recovery from a fatal situation. The pain is gone.
Welcome back. Here's a nunchuck and remote. Good luck.
Only by eating the bitterness of bitterness can one become a superior person. At some point you will die to this weapon due to crimes against my palace.
Okay. So new characters can be unlocked by collecting enough rights to purchase them, which, okay, it's kind of cool. You can choose when to unlock someone or what character. This game also brings back character creation in the base game. It's alright, it's still rather slim pickings, and the changing of color on some outfits makes them very pixelated, but at least you can choose different parts for the body. Better than choosing a whole generic NPC. For some reason, you gain the option to change the color scheme of the main cast of characters too, which, just like Character Creator, it makes the playable characters a bit pixelated. But there is a historical mode allowing you to create a character story in a choose your own adventure fashioned by selecting missions and having their characters reenact certain parts of history. That's cool. This game also added 7 new playable characters, though it did remove 4 characters: Goemon, Gracia, Musashi, and Kojiro. However, Gracia returns in an expansion later on that is Japanese exclusive, so it's a shame to lose characters again. But keeping up with tradition, 2 NPCs are unique models with generic NPC movesets, so that's nice. However, Konochi returns as a playable character, which is weird because Nene was her replacement in 2, and Konochi is a fictional character, but oh well, at least her moveset is different to Nene, so I'll take it. And did the game freeze? My god, it did. The game disc is brand new. This was factory sealed and has no scratches. It froze.
Too tough, we were saying. This be a mercy for them.
Well, it hasn't happened on any other stage but this one, at the moment. Wonder if it's a bug. I should also bring up, before every battle, the game shows you the main mission and how you should go to complete it with a few side missions. It's honestly pretty annoying to do this before every battle. Like, if you follow it to the letter what they tell you to do, you will win 99% of the time. It's almost like they're holding your hand and not letting you explore alternative routes. Granted, quite a few battles force you to do what they ask you because, well, alternate routes are closed off. But, well, it's fine. Honestly, I really just can't play this one much longer, thanks to the sluggish combat and terrible controls. Again, anything else other than the Wii Remote and Nunchuck are way better, but hey, I had to know. It's interesting to play this one because Samurai Warriors 2 and its expansion were so good. I do wish we got a better port for this game with expansions, but sadly that never happened, which is alright. Would I ever come back to play or 100% this one? Definitely not. I'd rather play the PS2 era games. Hell, even Empires was better than this. I would only recommend this if you're curious in trying it. But for now, it was an interesting moment in this series' history, and I'm glad to say the next one is back to form for the most part, to a better gameplay experience.